Baby, look, I ain't got my drink.
I got a drink now? All right.
Not yet.
Hey, everybody. Oh, not yet. We might need it, though. This day keeps going the way it goes. So, hey, everybody. Welcome to our Fantasy Football Live show. I am Detroit Lenny. That's Tony Cobbs, the GOAT. Welcome, Tony. Thanks for stopping in. I'm so excited.
Let's go.
I was so excited when Allie was like, Tony Cobbs has like 18 million fantasy teams, right? And I'm like, what? I go, oh, I got a show. I go, because doing it by myself, it worked. It's fine and all that, but it's always nice to have a second opinion and talk with somebody and get a different point of view or this or that. And sometimes some of these people come in the chat. By the way, guys, if you come in the chat, first of all, hit the like button. Yes. Secondly, give us a question. You got questions about your fantasy football team? You got questions about start 'em, sit 'em, sleepers, this, that, whatever. Some funky spots that you might in, some injury issues. Drop it in the chat. We'll be more than happy to go over it with you guys. We'll give you our opinion. That's what I'm trying to say. If I can get the words out of my mouth. But this is Picks and Parlays Fantasy Football Show. We are rocking on. Tony, how's your week going? I know we've talked about the El Capitan pick stuff, the stress on that.
Yes.
Woo.
Yes, that is very stressful.
I know, right?
Does not really think that it isn't. It is. It is. I had to take a couple of deep breaths today.
I know. You're almost there. Almost to the end.
To get back focused, because the closer it gets to the end, the more stress it is. It is very stressful. And then too, I don't have, trillions of fantasy leagues. I have a total of 12. And two of them are my main ones. And that is in the Yahoo Fantasy and NFL Fantasy. And both of them I am in second place. And it's fun to play. I love it.
There you go.
This is what I do. I enjoy it. Hey, Donna.
Donna's so excited. Hi, Donna. I feel like that was a pity hi, Donna, because you were so excited to see Tony, and then you were like, oh, yeah, hey, Lenny, what's up? Well, it's okay, Donna. I still love you.
They see you all the time. They see you all the time.
That's true. That's true.
They don't get to see me all the time, and it's great to be here. Let's talk some football. Let's talk some
right? Football. Yeah, I know, Donna. I'm just giving you a hard time. If I didn't give you a hard time, Donna, who would? I don't know. That's what my mom always used to say to me, so I just always say it. And then,
that shows that you actually care about the person.
I think
give them a hard time.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I have Pedro over here. Over here on Messenger talking about some soccer.
Oh God. I'm telling you, y'all get into that soccer, and I try. I really try to get into some soccer. I have tried. It just doesn't work out for me. But anyways, let's talk about some fantasy football. We're gonna Sox Bulls Bears. He's a guy. He's a Game Time Decision fan and
okay.
ESB show. Sox Bulls Bears. What's good, man? Hope you're doing good. Old Miss on the money line.
Woo! Hey, I ain't mad at you. There's nothing wrong with sprinkling a little bit on there. You can sprinkle.
Ain't nobody gonna talk you off of plus money on this show.
No.
Nuh-uh. Not today.
Not today.
Not today.
Give me a couple more beers, I'll probably be with you.
Right? I might be looking up that spread after the show. But so I like to go over some sleepers in this show. Everybody knows some start 'em, sit 'em stuff. Everybody knows. Look, you start the marquee players in fantasy football. You're always going to start the Patrick Mahomes and the Lamar Jacksons of the world and all that. You're always going to start those point grabbers, those guys that just they just consume points. They can put so much up there. But some sleeper picks for you guys. We're going to start with some quarterbacks. Sleeper quarterbacks we have for you. We talked about this a little bit prior to the show. We touched base a little bit. Tony, tell me, you really like Jacoby Perset here in this Miami in this matchup. Tell me a little bit about why you like that and where you're going with that. And then,
well, the angle of this one is, he played for the Colts. They let him go. And so they can have Wentz. And he's kind of got a little sour taste in his mouth. So that revenge is there, and especially with Tua being out, this is really more of a upstep, really, for Miami, because he has that experience. He's been here, he's been there, he's done it. He started for the Colts when Andy Luck went down. So Andrew Luck went down. That's who they went to, Jacoby, and he actually did a great job for them. And so this is one of those ones where if I had him on my team, he would be starting. He would be starting tomorrow because he's in there playing the coach. So he's really he's going to show out. He's going to show out.
Right. So it's a revenge spot for him, and you can't blame it. And those tend to be highlighted performances for that player. I also like Sam Darnold in this spot. I don't listen. I know I'm going to catch a lot of flack for this, and I already have from a lot of my friends in some leagues. When if you got a quarterback that went down or something like that, you got injury issues or something like. Sam Darnold is a serviceable quarterback in a team, or I should say, on a team with a very good defense. So Carolina doesn't need to score 30 points a game. But Sam Darnold, I don't care. Christian McCaffrey's out. I get that. That just lets him throw the ball a little bit more against a horrible Dallas defense. So I like him in some position spots. I think he can get you 2 touchdowns and 200 yards and get you some serviceable points if you need him. He's not going to be a breakout quarterback where he's going to get you 30, 40 points in this game or anything like that. But it's a good serviceable spot for him. I also like Taylor Heineken. I don't know how he says his last name. Heineken. Yeah, I don't know. From the Washington football team. I'm just gonna call him Heineken from now on.
There we
Taylor
go.
Heineken.
Sounds good.
Playing against Atlanta. Atlanta, boy, their defense. I mean, they've never been really known for their defense, but they're against their 29th ranked defense in fantasy against a
hideous.
They're bad. And he's done well in his 2 starts without Ryan Fitzpatrick there. He's gotten at least 23, 25 fantasy points here, depending on the league. I mean, if you're in a PPR league or if you're just in a random league or whatever, however your scoring is, he's gotten you some decent amount of points, and I think he's going to continue to do that. So there's a guy to watch out for. Sox Bulls Bear says, I like that Jacoby call. I could see him having a great revenge game. Exactly. Yeah. Like, this is a great spot for him.
It is. This is probably the best spot for him. You can look at next week, but just looking at tomorrow, this is probably the best. And going back to Sam Darnold, they done structured this offense within his means. He doesn't have to go step out of his lane. That's why he is looking a lot better with the Panthers, because they structured this. Even without McCaffrey, this is still structured for him to stay within his means. He doesn't have to go out there and win the game because Lenny said they got that defense. That defense helps because it sets them up for a great field position, and it makes it a whole lot easier.
I agree. And I think with the Jets, it was all him, and now it doesn't have to be all him with Sam Darnold. Now he can do all that. Donna says, no disrespect, guys, but unless you're panicking, you should not need Darnold or Heineken in your week 4. And you're 100% right.
That's true. That is true. But let me tell you something. If you have a Lamar Jackson who is dealing with a back injury right now, this is the reason why he's still questionable. He's not 100%. So if you have a Sam Darnold or someone like that, then you have to take that coin flip. Do you take that chance with Lamar Jackson?
Right.
Where he's playing Denver. Denver has a good defense. They love to hit quarterbacks that run. How much running will Lamar be doing? So those are things that you have to think about. On my leagues, I'm lucky because I have Murray and I have Josh
Allen.
So I'm not starting Murray this week because He's playing up against the Rams. I'm not taking that chance. So I got Josh, who's playing against Houston Texans. Give me
at home in Buffalo.
Exactly.
Right.
So those are the things you have to look at. You got to look at these injuries because some of these are last minute.
Right.
You got George Kittle that is out right now. You know, he's questionable. He's questionable, and George Kittle's on almost every one of my fantasy leagues, and I'm waiting for him to say he's going to play. But I'm sure I got to wait till tomorrow. But I can't wait.
And you know, because you got to pick somebody up if you need to. But and here's the thing: is it's very early in a long NFL season.
Yes.
It's week 4, so some teams might say, I'll just say, Baltimore might say, hey, Mr. Jackson, we don't need you. We need you, but we don't need you to go full speed. We need like 60% of Lamar to beat this team. We don't need all of Lamar to beat this team. This isn't, it's not a marquee matchup. If it was a Monday night game or something like that, I might be looking at that, but not really. So I agree, Donna. I agree. We agree with everything you're saying.
Of course.
But hopefully you don't need Sam Darnold or Heineken on your team.
Exactly. Yes.
Yo, what it do, Stimmy?
Hey, Stimmy.
I hear you, Tony. Not going to argue with the GOAT.
I mean, because it's always good to have, because anything can happen. A lot of these quarterbacks, I mean, they get hurt. People get hurt. I mean, just look at the Monday night game. He got hurt on the first play. Done. And, and so it happens.
Stimmy brings up a great point. Some of these leagues are a 2-quarterback league where you can start 2. I have not played in a league like that yet. I
don't have a league like that.
I'm interested in it, though. I got a buddy that does one of these leagues, and he starts like 2 quarterbacks, and I'm like, ooh. And there's only 32 starting quarterbacks. There's only 32 of them. So, you get into some iffy stuff. Sox Bulls Bears says Sam Darnold's due for a breakout game, 4 touchdowns, 300-plus yards. It's going to happen soon. Mark his words.
It may be. It may be. I don't know if it's going to happen tomorrow. And it's possible because you are going against Atlanta's defense. It's, they're not all that.
I also, speaking of some sleepers, running backs.
Oh, yes.
I like Buffalo's running back, Zack Moss, against, obviously, in a good matchup this week against Houston. Yes. Houston's got a pretty, where'd it go here? I had my stats up. Houston does have a pretty good defense. Don't get me wrong, but they've been exposed a little bit. And I think the Houston Texans are just a train wreck. Yeah. They're in disarray from the front office to the field.
Yes.
Like the locker room guy, the guy who handles the towels and cleans the cleats, that guy's having problems. Everybody in that organization's having problems. Everybody, okay? So I like the running back from Buffalo. I also like Leonard Fournette, and this is just an angle pick for me, but I like Leonard Fournette in New England with no Gronk and Tom Brady wants to win in New England, wants to show Bill Belichick up. And I think New England's defense is weak. And I think Leonard Fournette could have... This is one of those games where, touchdown Tommy, he could throw it to anybody on that team. And he could make anybody an all-star or look like a Hall of Famer.
Look like one,
so... what are your thoughts on those, on some sleeper running backs, though? You like these two or hate them, love them?
I actually picked up Zach. I had to pick up Zack Moss because one of my running backs is done for the season. So I actually picked him up, and he's in my starting. I actually picked him up on 4 of my leagues. So I actually like him. Leonard Fournette, I have him. He's one of my second running backs. And so I'm all for those two.
I like him a lot. I like Leonard Fournette a lot. I know he's
going to come out of the backfield, which is going to help Tommy Boy out a lot. So that'll be a plus. And speaking of, Stimmy was talking about the 2-player, using the quarterbacks. They let somebody use them. But on my Yahoo Fantasy, I'm able to use 2 tight ends. Oh. So I love it. And on 2 of my fantasy leagues, I have Kittle and I have what's the Kansas City tight end?
Oh, Kelsey.
Kelsey, I use them too.
Oh, those two the best tight ends in the league.
So,
I mean, I'm a TJ Hawkinson fan, obviously being a Lions fan.
Oh, yeah.
I like the Hawk. I think
him.
TJ, I have him in two of my leagues. And then in another league, I got the guy from the Rams. I can't think of his name. Higby. Is it Higby? Tyler Higby? Or no?
No, not Higby.
Not Higby.
Wow, dang it. Oh, shoot. I know what you're talking about. Why can't I not think of this guy's
Oh,
name?
my God. I can't think of it. Oh, I did get Kyle Pitts, too, in my keeper league, because we can keep 3 people a year. So I drafted Najee Harris.
Just real quick.
Keeper league, yep.
He didn't put a point spread up there for Boise State.
Oh, boy.
And Army over what? So that's one of his. I'm assuming they're handicapping Tom picks. So you may want to check that out.
I will. I'll check that out when we're off of this show. Tyler Higby, the tight end from the Rams. That's Matt Stafford's boy.
Yeah,
so I like him. I like Kyle Pitts too. In my keeper league, I drafted Najee Harris, Kyle Pitts, and Jamar Chase, because I like all those young guys, because I can, if they turn out to be good, I could keep them for the next 10 years in the keeper league.
Yeah. Speaking of the tight end for the Lions, he's an up and coming. He is gonna be good. Chubb I got Chubb. But then again, I have both of those on my teams. So,
right.
But if I had to choose, it's all about who they're playing. You got to look at who's they're playing. You got to look at the angles.
I would probably go Chuba in this pick. I mean,
because who's Cleveland playing? I didn't even look that up.
Cleveland is playing Minnesota.
Yeah,
I like Chubb. I like Nick Chubb. I think he's great.
He's a beast.
He's my kind of player. I've drafted him in another league, and I've had him since he came in the league, and he's never disappointed me. And he's Edmonds, I'm not a big fan of him. So for me, it's easy. I already have Chubbs on my pick, so on my team. So we'll do that, and then sleeper wide receivers. This one's a little iffy for me. I already told you guys my angle on the Tampa New England.
Which that's game. A good angle, though. That's a good angle. Yep.
I like Antonio Brown. I love this pick. You saw what he could do week 1, and then he sat out a little bit, and yes, he's on the older side, but again, not your number 1 wide receiver here. But if you got a guy like me, for example, on Thursday night, Chalk Jr., DJ Chalk, or whatever his name is, got hurt first quarter.
Yep.
Got out for me. Yep. Got me 0 points, and I was pissed, right? Because I hate that. You get a guy that gets hurt. So that's the worst. To get a guy that gets hurt in the first quarter, and then he's out the rest of the game, don't get you no points. So I like that. I like Antonio Brown in this spot, and I like Corey Davis from the Jets, because he's got. I like this spot for the Jets, and I'm telling you right now, I stayed away from this Tennessee Jets pick altogether for Sunday, because I think the Jets might actually pull some shenanigans. And
it's not like Tennessee's a tough team. It's not. I mean, they do have Derrick Henry, but they're also missing their two wide receivers that they rely on. So that's going to be a tough one.
There you go. Yeah, Lenny, you should try it next year. You could play players you would have on your bench, putting up hella points. It's fun in my league. Heineke and Darnold are ballers. Yeah, you see? So in certain leagues, when you play those 2 quarterbacks, obviously everybody's going to draft those. Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, Matt Stafford's, all those guys that throw up a bunch of points for a quarterback, and the Dax Prescott's, all them. And then you got to fill in that second quarterback. Listen, you're not getting Patrick Mahomes and Lamar Jackson.
Right.
You're not doing that. You're not.
Well, if you do, exactly.
You probably don't have. That means you probably don't have any running backs or any wide receivers. Because the pick that you should have picked a running back or wide receiver, you didn't. So, but yeah, that's all I got for sleepers. Any other sleepers you like this week?
Only, you're looking at now if you're got any players from the Giants, you gotta keep Barkley. He is good running back, but boy, he gets hurt. So
fragile.
Yes, very fragile. So because the fact is he's just not healed. He's not healed 100%. He's playing hurt. So I don't really have a sleeper for that can really come in and get the points that he can. Not unless you have a Chubb or Edwards, someone like that can come in.
Right.
It's hard to replace him, especially it was hard for me to replace him because I actually have him. And I ended up getting oh my god!
You can go through some backup running backs. There's a ton.
It's a lot, but
Jamal Williams is another guy that you got to look for those backfields that run like a two-back offense. And I only say the Lions because I'm a Lions fan, and I know them more than I know any other team. But the Lions run DeAndre Swift and Jamal Williams, 1-2 punch, bang, bang, bang. Goal line situations, Jamal Williams probably get the ball more. But if you look at the depth chart and you're doing running back and you're looking at guys that you just want to draft, DeAndre Swift's way up the list. Jamal Williams is not.
No, he's not. Yep.
Jamal Williams will get you those red zone touches. He might have 25 yards a game, but he might also have 2 touchdowns.
Right.
So take that 2 touchdowns. You're playing the touchdown game. When you get in a situation like that, you're already in a bad spot.
Jamal Williams is a beast. I had to pick him up, and that's who I have on my team now.
I like him. Stimmy says bet those players on the waiver wire. But grab those players on the waiver wire.
Yep.
Yeah, you got to work that. That's the best thing about fantasy football is you got to work the waiver wire.
Yeah,
if you don't work the waiver wire, you will be left behind.
Well, you know what's so funny is because even before the season even started, I had who did I have? Mustard. I had and a guy wanted to trade me for him. He gave me. I had Juju. He gave me like 3 players. I said, okay, here, take them. Then second week, he done. He's
out. Right. It's over.
Right. I'm like, I got 3 players, and now you're down a running back, and all the good running backs are gone. In our league.
Have you ever played a college fantasy league?
No, I have not.
My buddy got me to play in a free one this year just because they needed another person, and I was the 10th guy or whatever. And it is I don't know how. I'm like 4-1, and really? I don't know how. I'm not sure how. I don't know that much about college football. Like I know teams, right? And I know marquee players, but you want me to pick up like 6 running backs and all this stuff from different. And I'm taking some guys from the MAC. I'm taking some guys from
all over.
I'm taking BYU guys. I'm taking some Utah. I'm taking high scoring teams and stuff like that. And I don't know what the hell I'm doing in that, but I'm winning.
I haven't did college. I may have to check that one out next season.
We should do a Picks and Parlays fantasy.
Yeah, we should.
I love it.
That would be awesome.
Sox Bulls Bears got the last question of the day for us. David Montgomery or Aaron Jones, who would you play tomorrow? Oh, I would let Tony answer first, but I know who I would play.
That is a tough one because of the fact is I do have Aaron Jones, and I'm actually playing him. I'm playing him. Yeah. I'm going to start them, and the reason why is because look who they are playing.
Look,
Pittsburgh.
Yeah,
man,
exactly.
I got to go where the angle is at, and the best angle is Aaron Jones. I keep thinking that game is a primetime game, but it's not. It's a 1:30. It's a Sunday afternoon game. Yeah, Packers Steelers. I like Aaron Jones in this spot. I love me some Aaron Jones. I do. I think he's the best offensive weapon that they have. And I'm saying that knowing that
Aaron Rodgers likes to throw the ball to Devontae Adams. I know that, but he is the best weapon they have. David Montgomery, playing the Lions, don't ask me about that. I think they're going to win outright, the Lions. I think David Montgomery gets shut down, but that's the degenerate Lions fan.
He really hasn't had a strong game really since the season has started. So I don't really see him really doing that much even against the Lions. Yeah. But Aaron Jones, yes, I see him touchdowns. He's gonna get a couple pair of touchdowns. I mean, it's Pittsburgh. I don't know if they haven't figured out anything on offense or defense.
Aaron Jones will get one receiving touchdown, one rushing touchdown, probably have 150 yards overall. I mean, running and catching. I mean, he's just going to Green Bay is going to dominate Pittsburgh.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's the Aaron Jones, Najee Harris game. That's what that is. I can't wait to watch Najee Harris. I want them to give him the rock more.
I know. I want to see him. He's really good. He's really good.
I agree.
Yep.
That's going to do it for us, though. We about over our time there. So we appreciate everybody stopping by, hitting the thumbs up, leaving a little comment, all that. We're going to try and have Tony back every week, make this like a weekly thing. I don't know. I think maybe we move the time, though, or the day, just because I don't know. We'll talk about it. I don't know if we get all the spots we should on Saturday. I don't know. We got to maximize our viewing specials.
Right, exactly. I mean, you set up the time. I'll be here if you need me. I am here.
Love it.
No problem.
You're always welcome, Tony. Every time I'm on a show, I don't care what Allie or the twins say. I'd rather have you. So
you say that now.
That's fair. All right, guys. That's going to do it for our fantasy football show. Good luck, everybody, this weekend. I'm Detroit Lenny. That's Tony Cobbs. We're out of here, guys. Take care.
Take care.